Hello friends, it's Mal with Made by Manny and Mal. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are taking a super popular design, the Unicorn Burst Tumbler, and adapting it a little bit to give it a little bit of a shocking galaxy feel. I'm calling this the Starburst Tumbler. So we're going to take that technique and just spin it a little bit to give this cup a little bit of a different feel. I love how it turned out and I hope you really enjoy the video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for new videos every Tuesday and Saturday. Everything I'm using will be linked in the description box below, so I got you covered there. I can't wait to see what you create using this technique, so please be sure to tag me in your photos at Made by Manny and Mal on Instagram and Facebook. And I think that's it. Let's go. We're using a 20-ounce skinny straight from Craft Haven for this design. I've already sanded it down so it's ready to go. And we're going to be using this sheet of vinyl that I got from Hobby Lobby, and then all of these paints. We didn't end up using all of those paints, but we'll go over the specific colors when we're ready. So the first thing I'm going to do is wrap my cup in vinyl. I'm wrapping the entire cup with the sheet of vinyl just because that's easier for me. You're only going to end up seeing the top and bottom. So if you wanted to cut out the middle and just wrap around the top and the bottom, you totally could do that. For me, it was just easier to get the vinyl on there and then I didn't have to worry about any seams or borders or anything like that. So I wrapped the cup how I always do and then trimmed off any excess on the rim and then trimmed off a little bit more of the extra vinyl that was overlapping the seam just a little bit. For the bottom rim, I took a piece of blue painter's tape and wrapped it around the bottom edge of the cup, and I left a little bit of room for it to come up onto the sides because we're going to finish it off later. I just didn't want to take this vinyl that's not super stretchy and try to stretch it up over the bottom of the cup how I normally would. So I decided to just trim it off and leave a little bit of exposed stainless steel for us to work with towards the end of this cup design. I sealed this vinyl with a coat of epoxy. I used about 25 milliliters just to seal everything in. And once that was cured, we were ready to apply our acrylic paints. Out of all the colors I had in the beginning, we only ended up using 5 of the pigments and then 2 of the little iridescent top coats. So I will have all the names of the paints I used in the description box below. I got them all at Hobby Lobby. And I'm just squeezing a little bit of each one into my little plastic paint palette here. This is definitely a lot more paint than you probably need. I squeezed out a little bit too much. Here are the 2 top coats I'm using. One is like an Opal Iridescent, and then the other is a more purple shifting top coat. I'm taking a pretty wide and soft bristled brush, and I'm just taking, it doesn't matter what color you start with. I started with this light aqua blue, and I'm painting a pretty thick brush stroke pattern onto the cup. Don't worry about your ends. We're gonna clean them up later and you won't end up seeing them. I would really just focus on the middle of that design, make sure that your colors are blended and that they're evenly coated on there. So I'm just doing about 2 stripes of each color, trying to make them kind of opposite each other. I did a couple coats of each color and then I went in with a couple different brushes for each pigment before I started to blend them together. So I'm taking this light purple and putting it next to the blue, and then I'm going in with this kind of salmon pink and putting that in between the purple. The other purple and pink color that I have on my palette, I used to blend the colors together once I had everything on there. And I just went pretty much back and forth. I ended up just using that first brush that I used to blend all the colors together. And I just went back and forth until I liked the blend, until everything was really flowing together nicely and it was kind of a seamless ombre in between colors. I let this paint dry about 30 minutes and then I went in with the top coats. I just mixed each of the top coats together in the middle of the palette and applied them both at the same time. I'm not doing a super heavy coat of this. I just wanted to add a little bit of iridescence to that paint so it wasn't a flat base. Then after the paint dried, I went in with some acetone and rubbing alcohol, and I tried to clean up those ends just a little bit to not have them on the bottom rim of the cup, and so we can see more of those stars. We end up going over this with spray paint, so if you wanted to just make sure that you have a little bit of star border or whatever your vinyl pattern is at the bottom, you don't really have to worry about getting the clean brush stroke feel, so don't feel like you have to spend a ton of time cleaning up the edges of your paint lines. I'm just taking a cotton pad and alternating between the alcohol and the acetone. I don't want to use too much acetone to remove this paint. There's no epoxy or anything really, this paint has been dry maybe 30 to 40 minutes, so we don't need to go super harsh and crazy with trying to remove this. It does come off pretty easily and there's not a ton of rough scrubbing or a lot of elbow grease that has to go into this. Now that we've got our edges cleaned up, we're going to go right into another coat of epoxy. This coat is going to be very, very, very thin. I'm adding a little bit of pure pigment powder to maybe 10 to 15 milliliters of epoxy, and we're just adding a super thin coat of this onto our paint. This is going to give us a little bit of an iridescent kind of shimmery pearl base to build on when we add our glitter and make everything look a little bit more cohesive. I hit it really quick with my torch to pop any bubbles, and then I took some chunky Opal holographic glitters. This is Basic White Girl and Bifrost from Peachy Olive Glitters mixed together, and I'm just taking a little pinch of it and sprinkling it in that middle section of our cup. Now this is just a really rough draft. We're going to build on this later, so don't feel like you have to make this perfect. Once that was on there, I let this cure about 12 hours and then moved on to our next step, which is covering up those brushstroke lines with our spray paint. I'm taking Blossom White from Rustoleum, and we're going to go with some really quick, short and soft bursts of color. So we're not holding the can too close to our cup and we're not looking for really heavy coverage. We're just trying to blend out that acrylic paint with the spray paint to make it all look really soft and seamless. So we're keeping this really, really soft throughout. We want to also make sure not to spray our top and bottom rim because of course we want to see our patterned vinyl underneath on those edges. I let that paint dry about 20 minutes and then I took a coffee filter and some rubbing alcohol and I cleaned up the top and bottom rim where that star patterned vinyl is still peeking through. I got rid of all of that spray paint overspray and made sure that you can really clearly see the vinyl peeking through that top and bottom. I sprayed a little bit of the rubbing alcohol onto my coffee filter and I'm just going in really, really tiny circular motions. I don't want this to be a harsh, clean line. We want it to be still kind of soft and blended and kind of not super rough, but also not perfectly straight. So really, really, really tiny circular motions, just cleaning up any of that spray paint overspray. This is really fresh paint, so we didn't need to use any acetone or anything. The 91% rubbing alcohol will work just fine. I let the paint sit and dry just about another 30 minutes, and then I moved into my next coat of epoxy. I took about 20 milliliters of a little extra epoxy, and I'm mixing in some Opal Majesty and Nookie into it. I added just enough to cover the top of the epoxy, so not a crazy amount, but I do want this glitter to really be prominent on our cup. I applied the full 20 milliliters of the epoxy to our cup, and then I hit it with my torch really quick to pop any bubbles, and I let it spin about 15 to 20 minutes before I grabbed some basic white girl glitter, which is the bigger cut of the glitter we added in the very beginning. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take a little pinch of it and add it to the center just to start building up that dimension and sparkle in the center. With the first layer of glitter, we kept it pretty concentrated in the center of the cup, but for this one, I'm going to kind of blow it out a little bit. I'm going to bring it a little bit higher and lower onto that white spray paint, just so we get a more cohesive and blended look. I let this coat of epoxy cure overnight, so it was sitting at least a full 12 hours before I moved on to finishing the bottom. We're going to take this really bright aqua, like turquoise color from Montana Colors, and we're going to spray paint the bottom of our cup. We're using electrical tape like always, and we're using the line of our vinyl that we trimmed off in the very beginning as our guide for taping this off. We want to make sure we don't have any exposed stainless steel, obviously, so making sure that we get everything covered. Once I have that taped off, I'm going to wrap my cup in saran wrap, like always, to protect it from any turquoise overspray. And once I sprayed the bottom, I immediately removed my saran wrap and my tape, because we're not going to glitter the bottom or do anything to it. We're just going to leave it plain. But I think it's a really, really cute, kind of fun pop of color on this cup that's kind of really soft and muted. And it's like one of my top 3 favorite colors, so I'm really glad I got to use it on this cup. Once that paint dried, I went into my final coat of epoxy. I took about 30 milliliters of a little extra epoxy, coated the cup, and used my torch to pop any bubbles. Once this was all cured and dry, we were all done. I really, really love how this cup turned out. I love incorporating pattern vinyl into anything I can, so I'm really glad I found a way to incorporate it into this design that is so beautiful, and I love it so much. Hopefully you enjoyed this video as well. I cannot wait to see what you create using this technique, so please feel free to tag me at Made by Manny and Mal, and I will give you all the love and hype that you deserve. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you in our next one. Okay, love you. Bye.